On this week's show, Peloton Teams is updated and Strength Plus gets a sharing feature.
Plus, Tunde is teasing something new, a new partnership with Marvel, and much, much more.
Welcome to Pelo Buddy TV, a show for the Peloton community by the Peloton community. Here are your hosts, Amanda Siegel and John Pruitt.
Welcome to episode 209 of Pelo Buddy TV, a show for the Peloton community by the Peloton community. I'm Amanda Siegel, and I am joined by my co-host, John Pruitt. Good morning, John. How are you?
Okay, now, Amanda, I'm nice and freshly sweaty off a tread run. No shower, just getting up here, just raw dogging the show like usual.
What we do for the show.
Watch that mic.
Yeah, the mic's going a little.
Your
mic's
mic's going limp, dude.
I'm not sure what's going on with this mic right now. Anyway, you doing okay?
Yeah, good week. Yeah, just another week. You know, I can't believe we're right. It's February.
I know, it's crazy. Yeah, sad weekend in DC. Unfortunately, I'm sure you heard the news about the air crash.
Potomac, the airplane.
That's my airport, and we fly in and out of there pretty regularly. So definitely some scary stuff. And so anybody that has,
they say it was the first domestic plane crash in the United States in 15 years.
Really? Has it been? Okay.
Yeah.
And interestingly enough, there hasn't been one at Reagan in many, many years. I think 2 decades. But it is a scary route for pilots, no question, because it's a short landing strip. Anyway, just wanted to acknowledge, especially living in the DMV area, that it was a scary time. But we have stuff to talk about with Peloton, so let's do it, folks. Before we get started with the news, we always do like to remind you how you can keep up to date with all of our content across all of our platforms. Every episode is released on our YouTube channel. Just hit the subscribe button at the bottom right-hand side of the video and hit the notify button so that you never miss an episode.
And of course, we're on all podcast platforms. Just search Pelo Buddy TV if you want to listen to the show, if you're on the go. And please leave us a review. We really appreciate the 5-star reviews, and we love to read your feedback. And we definitely take that into account on how we can add and improve on the show. So please keep those coming.
Definitely. And of course, we are on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, X. Just search for Pelo Buddy and follow us on those platforms for all of the latest news. And now, John, let's get on with the show.
First, let's do a rundown of the latest Pelo news.
Well, Peloton is making some update to the Peloton Teams feature. The Teams feature, if you aren't familiar with it, it allows members to create teams with friends where you could see their stats, participate in challenges together. The feature was originally limited to only having 100 members per team, and we're talking about the Peloton app, by the way. And all teams were private with no option for public teams. It's all changing now. So the Peloton Teams feature will now allow you to create public teams. Anyone can find and join using the new search and discovery features. This will also allow people to find new teams based on popularity, profile tags, featured community teams, or search by team name and description. It will also, the team limit size is also greatly expanded. So you will now be able to have up to 50,000 people on a team, quite a bump from the 100 people limit. Peloton is also trying to make teams more interactive. So with that, they're going to allow comments, emoji reactions on certain content that you see that appears in the team feed section of the app. This includes the weekly stats posts and challenge update posts that appear in the feed tab within the teams section. And finally, teams on Peloton will be able to define more custom leaderboard goals for their team within the weekly stats trackers for teams. This includes setting custom distance goals for the team across running, walking, cycling, and rowing. According to Peloton, quote unquote, primary team administrators can pick which metric to track: total time worked out, days worked out, number of workouts, and distance through team settings. And then for those who create or manage teams, there are a few new admin tools rolling out as well. This includes the ability to name secondary admins for the team to help manage it, as well as some other small tweaks to make managing large teams a less cumbersome process.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, they've put a lot of work into that. So that sounds like it's going to be something very well received by...
Are you personally on any teams?
You know what? I am in a couple, but I don't really follow them. I must be honest. I do my own thing. You know, I like to kind of do, but I am part of a couple of them, but I must be honest. After it first came out, I never really go back in there. And
I just haven't really heard much. I mean, I get random invites to them.
Yeah.
But I just haven't really heard much about them.
Much about it.
From subgroups.
I think this will be really nice. I think this will be really nice for those folks that do Pelofondo and, you know, some of these challenges that they like to put together. Moms of Peloton has a challenge every Sunday. So, you know, it'd be nice for them to be able to stack the classes, for people to be able to see what's in there.
And they can have their own little sort of leaderboard within that challenge, that group.
Correct.
Yeah, that's nice.
So, I'm sure it'll be well received by those folks that use it and are into it. Well, Peloton have also added, moving on, John, a custom workout sharing feature to its Strength Plus app, allowing users to send personalized workout routines to friends and family and different fitness groups via a direct link. So this update enhances the social and collaborative aspect of Peloton's strength training experience. Some of the key features are that members can generate a link for their custom workouts and send it through text, social media, or email. Recipients can open these shared workouts in the Peloton Strength Plus app, use them as is, or they can actually even modify them to fit their own needs. The feature is currently available only for iOS users in the US and does require the latest app update. But for anybody that has been utilizing the Strength Plus app, this is just an extra tool now that they've given folks to be able to share those workouts. So definitely something nice. Yeah.
Cool. Well, there are 4 different split programs that were released last week. There's a split plus hike with Rebecca Kennedy, a 3-day split from Jess Sims, who also coincidentally just returned to teaching. She just taught this past Thursday morning, I think a 30-minute strength.
Okay, good.
Just after Maddie's intervals run on Thursday morning. So welcome back, Jess. A 4-day split from Ben Aldis, a split plus run from Marcel M. Well, we've got full details of all these programs, including the class lists on pelobuddy.com. And you can also find them in the programs section as well.
They've definitely been very well received. I keep threatening to start Rebecca's split hike strength program. Yeah, my mojo needs to come back. I've been kind of doing my thing, but haven't been working out as much as I typically do. But that's something my friend Mans 11, Mani, has said that she's been doing the Rebecca one and really, really is enjoying it. And I saw some folks doing Ben's split program. So yeah, it's nice to see. Those are definitely well received by members, no question. So well, there may be something else you should be looking out for, because Tunde has been sharing something that she's been working on, and she said she will share pretty soon. This past week, Tunde shared on Instagram that she's been working on something new. And in the comment section of our Pelo Buddy post, she actually said the following. So it was kind of nice to see her actually respond to the post. She actually did. And she said, here's what I can say. I'm feeling the results, feeling stronger than ever. So I do believe it's probably something to do with strength from what I'm seeing. And definitely look out for that. We will, of course, share it with you as soon as we have the details. But that was something that could be exciting to see.
Very cool. Well, Peloton has teamed up with Marvel for some promotions regarding Marvel's upcoming Captain America Brave New World movie that I believe comes out this month, mid-February, February 18th, I want to say, around there. They released a 30-second promo video that swaps between trailer footage of the new Captain America movie, which stars Anthony Mackie as well as Harrison Ford, alongside footage of people training on Peloton equipment. The caption directs people to a new page at Peloton to find out more information. It's onepeloton.com/Brave New World. And as part of the promotion, there will be several special classes, collections, and more from Peloton. First, Peloton is teasing that there will be 3 specially designed Strength Plus workouts as part of a special workout series on Strength Plus, tailored towards the collaboration. They include a 10-minute arms and shoulders from Ben Aldis, a 15-minute steel core from Emma Lovewell, and a 45-minute full body Fury, named for Nick Fury, the Marvel character, from Logan Aldridge. Keep in mind, you have to update your Strength Plus app within the last few days in order to view these workouts, as it uses the new feature and ability to share custom workouts. And in addition, Peloton will also be launching more content themed in partnership with Marvel and the Captain America movie. The company teased they'll be launching a class collection curated with Anthony Mackie, our Train Like a Superhero challenge, as they refer to it, and more. And last September, we got several Music of Marvel classes, in case you missed those or didn't take those, that took place. We got one from Sam Yo. I did the Sam Yo ride live, actually.
I remember
also
that.
one from Logan. Yeah, Sam Yo had he started out the pre-show with his Iron Man mask on.
Correct.
There was a class from Logan Aldridge, Alex Karwoski, Robin Arzon, and Mila Lazar.
Yeah, these collaborations are fun. I mean, it just adds a little bit of, depth to a regular workout. So it's kind of cool that they have these different collaborations with movies and stuff that come out. All right. Well, the January artist series closed out with Selena Gomez, the Selena Gomez artist series. It dropped this past Thursday, the 30th, and it featured 7 classes across multiple fitness modalities. The series celebrates Selena's pop hits and emotional ballads. The class schedule is as follows. We had a 30-minute outdoor walk plus run with Marcel Dinkins. That dropped on demand on Thursday. A 30-minute yoga flow with Anna Greenberg that also dropped on demand, which I actually ended up doing and was really nice. It was actually a really fun yoga flow, with the music. A 30-minute bar class with Hannah Corbin, a 30-minute ride with Ally Love, and a 30-minute run with Camila Ramon. Alex Kowarski gave us a 30-minute row. And then lastly, there was a 30-minute ride in German with Mila Lazar, which happened on Friday, the 31st at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Of course, members who take these classes will earn a Selena Gomez Artist Series badge. Not a specific one, but an Artist Series badge.
Do you know a lot of Selena Gomez songs, Amanda?
I don't.
I only know one song that I could think of, and it's "I Love You" like a love song.
That's right.
Where she goes to repeat. I can't think of any other hits, so I don't know her catalog. I didn't know she had that many big songs.
Yeah. I didn't. I did just watch the Emilia Perez movie, which was very, very good, and she did do an amazing job in it. But no, I'm not really familiar with much of her songs.
Well, for any live DJ fans, we had a live DJ run, which actually didn't feature DJ John Michael, which doesn't happen very often when there's a live DJ class. But we had a live DJ run this past Friday on the evening of the 31st from Camilla with DJ SEBAXXSS, who is the official DJ for the singer Fade. Obviously, this class hasn't occurred yet because we're recording, so I don't have any other detail besides that. But I'm sure that'll be a popular one for the Friday night live DJ slot.
Fun. All right. Ally Love and Aditi Shah were traveling. They were at the 2025 Sundance Film Festival in Park City, Utah, hosting exclusive fitness classes as part of Hyatt's Wellbeing Mornings initiative. This is part of Hyatt's role as the official hotel sponsor of the festival. Ally had 2 bar classes on Friday and Saturday, January the 24th and the 25th. And Aditi had a Pilates class on Sunday, the 26th. The classes were first come, first served for those who had attended the festival. Members who linked their Peloton and World of Hyatt accounts earned 1,000 Hyatt points per class. So that was kind of cool. Mats and accessories were provided, and those who attended had an opportunity to have a photo op with Ally and Aditi post-class. So I think that those were pretty well attended from what I understood.
Very nice. Well, Peloton celebrated the 2025 Lunar New Year with a series of classes this past Wednesday, January 29th. There were 4 classes across 3 modalities from Katie Wong, Susie Chan, Sam Yeo, and Emma Lovewell. All of them were released straight to the on-demand library at midnight on the 29th. We got a 20-minute Lunar New Year ride with Emma, a 20-minute ride with Sam, a 20-minute walk with Susie, and a 20-minute full body strength from Katie.
Nice. And I did see that Peloton Studios London put on quite a show for the Lunar New Year. They did it in collaboration with their run club that they host, I think, once a month.
Yeah, which we talked about last week.
Yeah, and they had a beautiful Chinese spread of goodies, treats, and all that kind of thing. It was a huge turnout. They really had a massive.
Nice.
I think it was the biggest turnout that they've had for Run Club. So that was really, really fun. Saw lots of familiar faces there, which was nice. But
was our friend Greg Dawson?
I believe Greg was there. Tracy C was there. Yeah, there were tons of folks.
Tons of the regulars
that were there. Yep. Hannah and Susie were the ones that hosted. They were all dressed in red. So again, for the Chinese Lunar Year, this is the year of the snake. So not sure what that means, but it's the year of the snake. So I don't know what I am. I think I'm a rooster. I know I've looked that up at some point. I'm a rooster. So it's not,
I have no idea.
Not my year, but that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So some
Is that
fun
based on your
activities. I think so. It's the year. It's based on the year that you're born.
Okay.
It works
Gotcha.
It works by the year. So 1969 is the year. I think the year of the rooster. Now I'm gonna have to go check it out. All right. Well, moving on. Peloton has announced, this is actually really interesting, that the Australian apparel website would be pausing sales for the first time, being as they work on some exciting changes. So they hope the site will be accessible to folks later in 2025. They said that once the changes are complete, members will have access to even more styles with a greater selection of collections and collaborations. They did add that if members have a referral code, which will expire before the site is back up, they will honor the codes once it goes live. Members can share their email addresses to receive updates on the progress as well. But I guess that over time, they really haven't kept up with whatever we've been doing here in the States and the UK as far as what they're getting out there. And it looks like they're looking to revamp that and give the Australian folks, a few more options. I want to add to that, though, and just saying that it's interesting because we really hear so little of the Australian community. We keep up to date with the German community because the instructors are in London and, they're very active. But there's really very little that we ever hear. So I kind of feel like they're the stepchildren. They're isolated. Yeah.
They had showrooms and then they all closed.
Correct.
Most of them did.
Correct. So wonder how long that partnership will keep going. But this was nice to know that they are still, it obviously is going to still be going because they are looking to revamp that apparel site. So that's kind of good.
I'm just surprised that they're closing it for several months.
Yeah.
Like for that long.
was like, what could they be doing?
And, you know, since we're on the topic of apparel, I recently got a referral code from someone that messaged me. And so I actually went to the apparel site to buy something. I'm really kind of bummed that there's so much apparel now that you can't use your referral code for. You can't obviously use it for anything Lululemon.
I had no idea until you mentioned that. Yeah, I had no idea.
There's another brand called Red Van Lee that has like a lot of nice, like they have like a really expensive cashmere hooded long sleeve and like some other long sleeve hoodies, and none of those were eligible to use my code. So I was really bummed out about that.
Yeah, that sucks.
I never had that issue using codes before buying up stuff. There was never an exclusion.
I wonder when that came into effect, because I don't actually know.
It must have been with the Lulu partnership and the other brands that they have on there.
Yeah.
Such a bummer. I digress.
That is a bummer.
Well, Peloton shared which featured classes you can look forward to during the week of January 27th through February 2nd in their weekly This Week at Peloton Instagram post. A lot of new classes dropped straight to the on-demand library on Wednesday the 29th, which I already mentioned about the Lunar New Year classes. But first, Dr. Chelsea Jackson Roberts has a new 5-minute meditation for anxiety that became available on the 29th. Also available on the 29th, Robin Arzon has a new 15-minute core strength workout, which uses a new piece of equipment Peloton shared. Join Robin as she teaches you how to use your foam roller to elevate your core workout. A new batch of scenic classes in Cambodia and beyond are available to take on your Peloton bike, tread, and row. Note the scenic classes, about these scenic classes, are not expected to have instructors associated with them. They're instead generic time and distance-based classes. And lastly, Hannah Corbin had a live 30-minute vinyl vault ride with members in the studio this past Friday, January 31st.
Nice. Yeah, lots of stuff happening. Well, if you are involved in the stock market and you still have Peloton stock, this is for you.
You got skin in the game.
Got skin in the game. I have to say they've been holding pretty steady at around, $8, which is definitely better from that $2 mark that they were at for a long time.
Still below my cost basis.
Right. I hang on to mine to hope for some miracle that is going to make me rich.
At this point, it's just, there's no point in selling it.
It is. Exactly. You just kind of hang on to it.
I didn't buy it to get rich. I bought it to,
right.
support
to
the company.
Say that we exactly.
To say we're shareholders.
Exactly. Well, if you are a shareholder, Peloton has announced that its Q2 2025 earnings call will take place on Thursday, February the 6th at 8:30 a.m. So that's this Thursday. The company will release its second quarter fiscal results just before the call. For those folks wanting to access the call, make sure you register in advance to receive dial-in details. The call will be streamed on Peloton's investor relations website, investor.onepeloton.com. But a recording will be accessible for 30 days after the call. Peloton will provide a full recap and analysis following the event, as will we on the show following the call. So make sure you listen up for next week as we share what they are sharing.
And this will be the first earning call with the new CEO.
Yes.
Peter Stern.
Yes.
Interesting to hear what he has to say on that. Yeah. Well, Peloton has put more lawsuits behind them. Last week, they quietly had a lawsuit dismissed from Johnson Health Company, JHT, who owns brands such as Matrix Fitness, Vision Fitness, and Horizon Fitness. The lawsuit was first filed by JHT a while back in 2022, and it alleged the Peloton Tread and Tread Plus had infringed on 3 of their patents. These patents were, quote unquote, related to motors used in the products and sensors that detect user engagement, as well as a removable operating unit, a controller connected to the unit and other devices, end quote. More than 2 years after the case began, Peloton was able to receive a review of these 3 patents before the Patent Trial and Appeal Board. And in November of 24, the appeal board ruled that the 3 JHT patents should be invalidated as they were, quote, obvious in light to 2 prior patents and 2 patent applications, as Bloomberg Law reported at the time. So, in light of the ruling from the Patent Trial and Appeal Board, it appears JHT has decided to no longer pursue the case over the patents in the court system, and Peloton and Johnson Health Technology both jointly filed for a stipulation of dismissal last week, as first reported by Bloomberg Law. So the court then closed the case, putting it behind them. No agreement terms, if there were any, to begin with, were publicly shared. However, the stipulation of dismissal prevents either side from renewing their allegations in court again.
Interesting. Well, good.
Yeah,
Always good to know that they're, yeah.
Think about how much money do they throw at just all these lawsuits that they receive or submit. It's like the in-house counsel for Peloton must be such a cushy job because they're always on their toes getting work.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. All right. Well, no birthdays this week. I guess there are no instructors celebrating a birthday this week. So we are going to go right into Instructor in the News, and I will kick it off. Logan Aldridge was Jocelyn Thompson Rule's latest guest on her podcast, Listen Loudly, where they chatted about Logan's accident and how he's adapted and been such a vital voice to those that are in similar situations. I'm also not sure if anybody knows. I mean, we've mentioned it in the past. She wrote about it in her book, but Jocelyn, too, had an accident when she was about 7 years old. Her household fence had fallen and landed on her foot, and she ended up having her big toe amputated. And she was an Irish dancer, sweet little 7-year-old that loved to dance. She obviously was living in Ireland at the time. And she was an Irish dancer and was just devastated about the fact that she wouldn't be able to dance. And she was a fighter, as was Logan, and proceeded to go on and obviously become a fitness trainer. And the impact of not having her big toe clearly hasn't altered her ability to be this phenomenal, force on the tread, etc. And of course, she rowed for many, many years. She was on her college, her university rowing team as well. Loved hearing Logan. I could listen to Logan's story and his attitude towards what happened. I mean, here you get a 13-year-old, young boy who, as he says, was a little bit of a rebel. And he says, not that kids that are, a little out there need to have a boating accident to kind of bring them back to reality. But he said in his case, it was something that truly, kind of put him on this, this path of saying, I'm going to fight this. And he remembers, doctors saying, you're probably never going to be able to, do certain things, certainly not, and he absolutely overcame all of that and said, there's just no way I'm going to be the best that I can. He said the support of his parents, especially his mom, was just remarkable. And, he just never allowed himself to say, I can't. Everything was, I can. And he has. I know what an incredible force of nature he is on the platform. I often hear the story. Our friend Jennifer Lipman has a friend whose son, I'm not sure if it was at birth or what. I can't remember the story now, but his one arm, he still has his arm, but it has no. And I know that he's been into the studio with Andrea, and Logan has just been remarkable. And being that, just for this young guy to see, for this, young boy to see, I mean, Logan doesn't even have his arm. And he says he loves it when people ask. He never shies away from it. He wants people to ask him what happened. He loves being able to share his story. Really, really amazing podcast. I did listen. It's a long one. It's over an hour, but I was riveted. I mean, it was just worth listening to. The two of them chatting. Logan did most of the talking. It was remarkable. So if you have the opportunity to take a listen to it, folks, definitely listen to that one. It's great.
Well, Bex Gentry was recently interviewed on spreadthejelly.com The interview is titled Getting Sticky with Bex Gentry, the great big balance of career, pregnancy, motherhood, and everything in between. And she just talked about, starting out running. She said there's no such thing as being too late. She said she began running 15 years ago when she was living in the town of Brighton in England. She said she was in a toxic relationship and she had a marketing job that was great, but at the end of the day, it wasn't for her and it wasn't serving her anymore. And she used to go out for a run to clear her head, and she'd run along the seafront. And she said she would use the lampposts and landmarks as markers. And she would always run to this sewage plant and back. And that was where she got her mental clarity. And then that was her quiet time. She said from there, she did a 5K, then she did a half marathon. And then as time progressed, she eventually did a marathon. But she talked a lot about becoming a mom, her relationship with her partner, Austin, who's the father of their baby girl, Tallulah, and kind of the different things that had to go on pause, including date nights and obviously sexual relations when she was training for her Great World Race. So it's good read there on spreadthejelly.com.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, her story is remarkable. Absolutely fantastic. All right. So if any of you out there are ready to have abs like Matty Majacomo, now's your chance. He shared on Instagram that he will be bringing back his February core challenge that he's labeled Encore 28. The classes, which are 10 minutes each, were revealed on Friday, the 31st, with the first one starting this past Saturday, February 1st, which both Maddie plus members have selected as their favorite ones. So Maddie actually asked members to share what their favorite core classes were across all the different instructors. He didn't want them just being his. He said he did throw a couple of his in there. He wasn't going to have a core challenge without putting him in there. But together with members, he kind of put the schedule together. All classes needed to be body weight only, so no equipment is needed. And a good opportunity for 28 days to get those core muscles where you need to have them. So
he loves showing off those abs, doesn't he?
Doesn't he just? Doesn't he just? They're pretty.
You do laundry on those.
Let me tell you, I got to tell you, pretty impressive. Pretty impressive.
Well, shifting gears a little bit, Susie Chan hosted a national running show again. In an Insta reel she posted last week, she said, "Every year I come away from at National Running Show inspired, invigorated, and energized by the wonderful running community. On stage for 2 days, hosting fantastic guests to huge crowds. Thanks to all who came to say hi. A reasonable amount of sugar fueled me. Let's do it all again next year." And then Selena Samuela was recently interviewed on the Lunchtime Live podcast, which is streamed on YouTube Live. It's hosted by Holly Furtick. And it was last Tuesday. And she talked all things health and fitness, obviously the balance between motherhood and bouncing back from her pregnancy, and back to teaching at Peloton after her maternity leave, and then all things book club related. Selena is a big, it's like the Game of Thrones universe of that she's having a book club called Akabab. I don't know. I always like to make fun of her when she goes on these lives because I join them and I watch and I have no clue what they're talking about, but it's still just fun to interact and joke with her. But yeah, it was a good solid. It was funny that I'd never seen an interview like that. The host, she was in a big studio space and just talking to a big screen TV on the wall of Selena, who was being interviewed from home. So it was like this host was in this massive studio space. I don't know where she broadcasts from, but it was just that usually we see, podcast interviews that are just in person now for the most part.
Right.
We're just audio only. So it's kind of interesting. It was almost like a TV show with no audience.
Right. She did share too. She was quite open about it, but I know she had just been to Hawaii to visit her family, and I know that she had said that her little dude was quite sick when she was there.
Torin.
Torin had been sick, and she shared that. She was always good to go home, but I guess she was there without her husband or partner. She shared that. She shared that as well. So we hope that he is doing better. And I know she's off a little bit, right? I think she's off till sometime in February.
I think she's finally coming back in March, I want to say.
Oh,
I mean, it
March?
feels like it's been forever. I want to say it's March. I was hoping it's this month. It's February, but I don't think it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, my buddy John Husking had tea with Timsby. He joined his best friend and flatmate, Michael Timms, on his podcast labeled Tea with Timsy, chatting all things Arsenal and, of course, Palace Football Club, Paris Fashion Week, golf, and friendship. It was a fun, easy to listen to podcast that you can find on YouTube and all audio platforms. The boys were chatting in their living room, which was kind of cute because they do live together. Very informal. It was also about an hour, and they just kind of chatted. It was nothing very substantial to it, other than just two friends bantering back and forth. But did take a listen to that whole podcast as well. So if you're interested in wanting to hear more about them, you can certainly jump on that.
Well, last but not least, Cody, the king of the brand partnerships, has a new one. It's with Fulfills, which is their latest protein innovation to fuel your next snacking adventures. He posted a joint collaboration on Instagram with them. He said, as we kick off the year, let's not forget how important it is to stay fueled up throughout our day. That's why I'm keeping Live Fulfill new protein bites in my bag. These little guys are perfect for a quick protein boost while I'm on the go. I'm all about a sweet treat, and trust me, these taste so good, you'll think you're eating candy.
Yeah, between him and Jen Sherman, I mean, you see Jen. Jen also has all these crazy collaborations.
A lot of SponCon, a lot of sponsored content.
Definitely. Which I guess gets her to Turks and Caicos, where she is this weekend.
Yeah, with Sunny.
With Sunny. So we found out where she was. It was Turks and Caicos.
I saw it. It said Parrot Key, but I thought that was in Florida, but that's Turks.
Yeah. There's one. There is one in a resort in Turks and Caicos, and I did go to that. So that's where they are.
Got to keep an eye out for Keith Richards down there. He's got a place.
Oh, he has a place
and
there.
Paul McCartney.
Too funny. Too funny. All right. And last up in Instructor in the News.
Oh, that wasn't the last. I thought Cody's was the last item. Sorry.
Now I have one more story. Adrian Williams. He offered advice for those struggling to maintain their New Year's fitness resolutions. In an article in yahoo.com, he emphasized simplifying workout goals and focusing on strength building. He noted that many people abandon resolutions because they set unrealistic or overly complicated goals. Adrian shares for folks to start simple and build confidence. He says choose workouts that feel manageable rather than overwhelming, sharing that strength training is foundational, helping with overall mobility and longevity. He says that women in particular start losing muscle mass in their 30s and 40s, making strength training crucial. He shares that mobility exercises, though sometimes overlooked, are key for better movement and injury prevention. He also shared that adjusting goals to avoid burnout is the way to go. So instead of committing to 5 or 6 intense workouts per week, start with less and gradually increase. He says that small wins like increasing workout times from 10 to 20 minutes build confidence and long-term consistency. He also emphasized that fitness should feel good and be something that one's body craves over time rather than a forced commitment. So some really great advice there from Adrian, and one that I think we all need to adhere to. And I have to say, I just haven't had that same lust for, like, I think I said it at the top of the show, in being on every class and doing everything. And I've just, I've still been dealing with my damn leg and my sciatica, so I'm not able to run at the moment, which is definitely frustrating. But it has gotten me back on the bike. And for me, I really hear what he said, because it is those small wins. And I figure, you know what, if I can get on and do a ride and do it well, then that's what I'm going to do. So
that's what I like about Wednesdays.
Yeah.
No lives Wednesdays, because it just forces me to kind of take it easy. It's kind of my rest day.
Yeah.
I might just do one ride or one class that I get caught up on.
Just something to get your blue dart on, right? That you keep your streak going, that you keep it going.
Exactly.
All right. Well, let's go right into class picks of the week. Why don't you kick it off?
All right. Well, we're starting out on the row. Ash Pryor's 15-minute Tabata row from the 23rd. Tabata be hitting me, said her energy was on point and it was such a hard workout. And then Jermaine Johnson's 20-minute arms and shoulders strength from the 24th. Allison 86.99 said good structure and workout. And then Maddie's 30-minute walk and talk from January 24th. Robin Can 22 said great to catch up on the latest topics with Maddie as always.
Nice. And then we move on to that Rad Lopez and Camila Ramon 30-minute Iconis Latinos full body strength class. That was from the 24th at 5:30 p.m. This one came to us from Julie MJ, and they said great vibes, energy, music, and programming. And then Aditi's Flow and Let Go 30-minute yoga flow from the 25th came to us from Amaja 3's from Amaja 3, and she said great way to unwind. And then also from Amaja, we got Bradley Rose's 30-minute 2010s ride from the 25th. That one was at 7 a.m. And Amanda said great playlist and loads of fun.
All right, switching over to the tread. Robin's 30-minute intervals run from the 25th. S. Veldy said Robin is an excellent motivator. And then Jess Sims, 45-minute upper body push from the 25th as well. No glazed donut, though, said the first class from her new split program, it's so great. Anna Greenberg's 30-minute yoga plus Pilates from the 25th. Armajar 3 said this series is amazing and burns in the best way.
Nice. And then Tunde's 30-minute pop ride, that was from the 25th as well, from noon, came to us from Jennifer Carroll, 22. They said fun class and playlist. And then Dennis Morton's 60-minute classic rock ride. Also from the 25th, it was at 4 p.m. This one came to us from Sakura Wallflower and Just Dance Lisa, and they said great playlist and perfect intro to 60-minute rides since it was so fun. And then Mariana Fernandez says 30-minute dance music run from the 26th. It was at 2:30 p.m. Came from my good buddy, hey, it's Eric M, and he said great 90s dance music hits.
All right. Next up, Jen Sherman's 45-minute yacht rock ride from the 26th. I don't know why we have yacht rock in the middle of January. I guess I'm not going to complain, but we really should be having her football rides.
Right.
But don't know what's going on there. Twirling Tam and Jennifer Carroll, 22, said always a fun playlist and ride. And then Jocelyn Thompson rules 20-minute core strength from the 27th. Allison, 86.99, said loving her on the strength platform. Rebecca Kennedy's 30-minute Pilates from the 27th, about to be hitting me, said, super challenging, but in the best way. My core is still feeling it.
Nice. And then Alex Toussaint had a 30-minute pop ride from the 27th at noon. This one came to us from Kim Carve 11 and Elsie Jane 15. They said just an incredible ride, period.
Jackie and I did that together live. It was fun.
Oh, was it fun?
Very,
nice.
soulful.
All right. Well, I guess I got to jump on that one then.
He doesn't do too many pop rides. So
correct.
It's a nice
absolutely. So it's nice to get
from his
some
usual
change.
Genres. Yeah.
Well, as I said, I've been riding more, so I got to jump on that one then. Definitely, we'll add that to a stack. Cody Rigsby had his 30-minute bike boot camp 50-50, which was on the 28th at 12:15.
Which was live, which was his first live camp in years.
Which you were very excited about.
A lot of us were excited. And it did not disappoint.
It didn't?
No,
All right.
it was great.
This one came to us from Gale Force One, and they said Cody was a last-minute substitute. So he was a last-minute substitute for Tunde. So I guess we didn't expect him to be on
I don't know how last minute it was because he was on the schedule the week prior. So
was it?
I don't know if it was last. Yeah, because I don't think with a boot camp they would do a lot because they have a whole program and it's a little more involved than just subbing for a regular tread run or a cycling class. But it was still
Well, Gale Force One had lots to say. They said Cody was she said last-minute substitute for Tunde, maybe not. He put together what he called a slutty playlist, and it was NSFW or anywhere else in all the right ways. Please, Peloton, can we have more Cody slutty rides and slutty boot camps in the future? Be sure the kids aren't in the room or put your earbuds in.
Yeah, he proceeded to play a song and he said, I'm not sure if this is the original or the edited version. Not that I give an F. But in case the kids are in the room, you might want to send them out.
Oh, that's too funny. And then Sam Yo had his 20-minute Lunar New Year ride on the 29th, came to us from Spin Loving Mama, and they said, great class to celebrate the new year with Sam.
And then rounding out the final picks of the week, Katie Wong's 20-minute Lunar New Year full body strength from the 29th. Midwife Lexi and Tabata Be Hitting Me said, ring in the new year of the snake with Katie's fantastic strength programming. You can tell how much joy Katie has teaching this class and sharing some of the traditions of Lunar New Year. And then Emma Lovewell's 30-minute Lunar New Year ride from the 29th, Gwen Gets To, said, I love all the Lunar New Year content, and this ride was a great way to kick off the year of the snake. And then finally, Kira Michelle's 30-minute Focus Flow Healthy Back from the 29th, Armature 3, said, anyone with back pain issues should take this.
Oh, I'm going to take heed to that because I have all these back pain issues. So I guess I did some others. This week I did a Focus Flow hip with Chelsea. And I said I did that Selena flow, but I'm definitely going to do this one then. That's good. I always say I get a little intimidated by Kira's classes, but maybe this one's a good one since it is a Focus Flow.
She's a little more advanced.
She definitely is more advanced than where I am. But that's good to know. Well, that does it. Wow. We really did get all that news into you pretty quickly.
Packed it all in.
We packed it all in. But as always, we always like to end the show just by thanking you guys for taking the time to listen, watch, and get to hear what has been happening in the Peloton world over the past week. And always appreciate feedback, as John said. Just send us a review, let us know how we're doing. We just keep going, and we enjoy doing this, so it's a nice way just to kind of bring you the news all in one little kind of package, which we do here. So I guess that wraps it up for us, John. From me here, as I said, in a rather sad DC area for the weekend. We are sending love to everyone and prayers. And I guess it's just a reminder, folks, that life is so short. So, don't sweat the small stuff. Love, tell your loved ones that you love them. Make that call. Call your mother, John. Tell her you love her. Because you know what? You just never know what's around the corner. So, freak accident can happen. So that's my little bit to you guys. But for me here in DC, bye for now, everybody.
And for me in Michigan, thank you for tuning in, watching, and listening. And as always, we will see you on the leaderboard. Bye for now.
Thank you for watching Pelo Buddy TV, your source for everything Peloton, by the community, for the community. Work out with us using the Pelo Buddy TV leaderboard tag and find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Pelo Buddy. Don't forget that we have a podcast available so that you can listen to us while on the move. Just search for Pelo Buddy TV on any major platform and hit the subscribe button so you never miss an episode.